Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the vicinity, bring your mama, bring everybody. We about to have a real conversation. It is a conversation that needs to be had. It is a conversation that runs deeper than religion and politics. If we live in a society that doesn't treat us like human beings, that doesn't empathize with us as being human, how then are we to develop relationships with each other that are humane?
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause.
I believe black people in America suffer from a certain type of dysfunction in terms of relationships.
Amy Clark talked about it. She called it internalized racism. That's a result of this systematic effort to change the consciousness of a people. You can't accept yourself. If you accept yourself, that means you're terrible.
Some of them are bold enough to tell you, don't be proud. You know what I'm saying?
So what does a black couple do when they're trying to put together a relationship? You said all relationships are dysfunctional. This takes dysfunction to a whole new level.
We're still wrestling with this thing of love. One of the things that we have to do in generational curses and along with present day, we have to do a critical analysis with ourselves.
And in the beginning, it's rocky, right? Because your inner childs come out to play, and sometimes they don't play fair. But each couple is gonna have to find a way, as hard as it may be, to communicate with one another.
Deprogramming yourself from what you've been taught in society is mandatory for you to have a sense of not thinking you're crazy.
It has a lot to do with the intergenerational behaviors and mannerisms that are passed down. So when you grow up in a society that sees you as less than, you've been called lazy, you're looked at as inhumane, that influences your view of self, right? And then that's passed down from generation to generation.
I think structurally that's very hard for people to deal with. When you hear about relationships with white men and white women, white men are promising wealth that their grandmama gonna give you. Look, talk about relationship. We gonna have to get honest. And I don't know how many people have been honest with themselves.
You cannot fix the problem if you're talking to your people and then they listening to somebody else about what the solution is. CNN is gonna give you a solution like, we need to, no.
We're binded into a poverty network, a poverty cause, because nobody really dealt with the systemic realities of being black. White folks have 83 million homes, but they have $100 trillion of overall wealth, with 20 of that being liquid. Black folks have 20 million homes, and we only have $6 trillion, and only $350 billion of that is liquid. That's it.
Listen, when you say that, the truth of that, it's like the Liberty Bell. Embrace the reality of what's happened and what this has done to the black community.
Don't be this guy. Raise your drive and libido. It's time to man up with X-Wolf. Boost your testosterone levels to help decrease your body fat percentage and increase lean muscle mass gains. Boost your stamina and blood flow for those tough workouts. And these workouts also. Go to xlabsubs.com to find out more.
Family and friends,
don't be this guy.
Family and friends, welcome to the show. We're about to have a real major one tonight. But before we get there, please support this black-owned business, Writers Pause Coffee. WritersPauseCoffee.com is a black-owned business. It is a business that is owned by a couple, husband and wife. Listen, instead of spending your money, right, with Starbucks and Coffee Bean, please spend your money with Writers Pause Coffee, fresh roasted. Only when you order your specific blend. Please go to their website, writerspause.com, and select your blend now. They have roasters located here in America, and they do not roast your coffee blend until you order it. Please support black-owned business. They need you to get off the ground and stay off the ground. This is a call to action. Go there now. Support writerspause.com. Let's keep going. I got a couple of things to promote. You saw my Shrouded Lighthouse documentary, Sizzle Reel. That's coming. Been working on that. Very, very excited about that. Let me roll through what I need to promote right now. Total Package Energy, the energy shot, the vitamin C shot, the B12 shot. Go to totalpackageenergy.com and support this black-owned business located in the Bay. Yay area, stand up. Go support black-owned businesses. They have pea protein, 20 grams of protein per serving in an 1 pound bag. And again, you could use this in smoothies and soups and all types of stuff, right? Oatmeal, all types of stuff. Man, we moving into this health kick big now on the ZoWhat morning show or on Zolo shows, Zoe Williams shows. And the reason being is because if you don't know that you're under attack, you out of your damn mind. If Jack in the Box is an attack on your organs. McDonald's is an attack on your organs. And the people at Total Package Energy, man, they are about healthy lives. And where there's a healthy life, there's a wealthy life. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Also, the HuriKane Report, news for the African American. Now, a lot of people don't like using the word African American, so I won't use it. I'll use FBA, Foundational Black American. I'll use ADOS. I'll use us and them. This is news for us and them. They are building their website right now. Please go to their website, which is H-report.news. Support. You saw X-Wolf. That is X Labs Supps, SUPPS.com. xlabsups.com. You feel me? Support this black-owned business. If you're over 30, you know your testosterone is falling, brothers. So guess what? Herbs, natural herbs like maca root, like Tankadali, like L-arginine. Go support. X Labs, that's X, LABSSUPPS.com. xlabs.com. All right. xlabsups.com. All right. What else we got? Boom. CMOS business. If you want to start a micro business where you're ordering bulk, CMOS in bulk from 20 to 200 pounds, certified by the government of St. Lucia. Man, you can make your own gels, your own soaps, your own pills, whatever. Go to CMOSbusiness.com. This is a B2B business. And let me show you how it works. Next week, guess what's dropping? From CMOSbusiness.com. Guess what's dropping? Because ultimately, I have to show you that you can do this shit too. Pull it up. Sarah. ZMOS. My own supplements. Not CMOS, but ZMOS. Look at that. With Irish sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock, and black pepper. Zoe has created his own sea moss pills. I've been trying to tell y'all, hell, somebody got to do it. Like, hey, guess what? You want to start your own micro business? Call CMOSbusiness.com, right? Oh, but nah, y'all want to wait? Okay, wait, I'll do it. 60 capsules. We're going to have bottles in here next week. ZMOS, play on words. Let's take the S out and put the Z in. ZMOS pills. with Iris sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock, and black pepper. We are doing it. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Please continue to promote and support. Please hit the like button. Please hit the super chat, all of that. Because guess what? Tonight, we got phone lines. Let me move past this. Z-Moss is coming. Z-Moss is coming. Z-Moss is coming. Z-Moss is coming. You underdig? Also, check out the beard oil that I've been using. I shaved my beard off because I got patches. And I want my beard to come in full and smooth. You feel me? So I've been using this beard oil by Glow Cosmetics Allure.com. Glow Cosmetics Allure.com. Glow Cosmetics Allure.com. Black-owned business out of Atlanta. Let's go get it. Support. Because when I break this topic down today, we really about to go in. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Let's get this thing trending. Everybody in here should hit the like button. Let's get it trending. Everybody in here should hit the like button. Because guess what? You shouldn't be externally motivated to support your own community. In sports, you have kids that are considered internally motivated and externally motivated. I gave this example before. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, those are internally motivated guys. Then you have externally motivated guys. Guys who don't really live up to their full potential, could have been way greater. A great example of that is Lamar Odom. Somebody you got to go over to and remind them and pep talk them into their greatness. I shouldn't have to pep talk you into supporting black businesses. That should be a default. And if it's not a default in our community, guess what we got to do? We got to start teaching the kids that this is the way to be. These old people, these adults, we got to forget about them because they were raised in a culture that said, fuck everybody else. It's me, mine, and ours, or wherever I consider ours. Shit cold-blooded, man. Shit cold-blooded. Go support all of the businesses that I put in front of you. Guess what? Phone lines. We're doing Zoom calls today. So this is how you do. You join the Zoom meeting. The meeting ID is 814-769-31837. Meeting ID, 814-769-31837. The passcode, 727-841. The passcode, 727-841. Moderators, please add this and put it out frequently in the chat room so people can call in and share their opinions about tonight's topic. Phone lines. If you're on the West Coast, we got a West Coast line for you, 669-900-6833. West Coast line, area code 669-900-6833. If you're on the East Coast, we got an East Coast line, area code 408-638-0968. One more time, East Coast, 408-638-0968. Now, the final thing that I'm going to promote, and this is big, I need everybody in here who hasn't pre-ordered a copy of The Shrouded Lighthouse to do it. The sales have completely stalled out. I need y'all to do that for me right now. Please do it. We're well within the 500 pre-order mark for an autographed signed copy. All the people that I've reached out to for your coaching, I can't coach you until you schedule your time. And you can't schedule your time just on you. Like, I'm busy than a motherfucker. You got Z-Moss, Z-Moss pills coming. Zo is busy. So you think I'm gonna get to him next week or I'm gonna get to him the week after, and it's gonna be hard to schedule you. So if you've already pre-ordered during one of the promos where I offered 30-minute mini coaching sessions, I'm gonna tell you right now, redeem them now so I can schedule you and get you off my plate of things to do. We're gonna open up the phone lines in a second. What else do I have to promote? Oh, theshroudedlighthouse.com. All right, we got some people in here, and a lot of people gonna be coming in. Can we get the amount of people that are in the room to actually pre-order the book? That would be a great day for the information I'm about to lay on your ass. That would be a great day. Can we get the amount of people in the room? I know it's a big ask. You've been conditioned and programmed to hate motherfuckers that look like you, to hate motherfuckers that are you. No more. We got to change that. TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Everybody should pre-order their copy right now. Let's get to today's Get Down. And let's make it clear. Today's topic, oh man, this is gonna hurt. How to train your daughters to deal, right, with police. How to train your daughters on how to act around police. Let's just get to it. First off, let's pull up this article. An article, it's a YouTube news article. Ex-NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, Brett Favre. He said it was hard to believe Derek Chauvin intentionally killed George Floyd after having his knee on his neck for over 9 minutes. Okay. Brett Favre said that. I'm not shocked that Brett Favre said that. You know why I'm not shocked? Because just as black people are conditioned to self-hate, to not recycle their dollars, to not support each other, to broke shame, to do all the other colorism, all the other fuck shit we do. Just as we're conditioned and programmed by white supremacy, Jim Crow, slavery, and inferiority doctrines, white people are also conditioned to be fucking oblivious. How else can you explain? Well, slavery was 150 years ago. But that money and the wealth that slavery created is still recycling in white coffers. Look at the folly behind it. White money, white wealth comes from black sweat equity. But black people of today are trying to bust their ass to get money so they can live like the wealthy white folk who are only wealthy because of your sweat equity. The irony, it just blows my mind, right? Just poof. Now, so fuck Brett Favre, fuck him, right? He's socially retarded, right? Nothing to really be mad at. You know how many Brett Favres are in the world? Socially unaware, probably suffering from CTE, and white. Listen, do you remember a few years back when that wealthy kid out of Stanford, affluenza, said the man was suffering from affluenza. He out here raping people. I'm getting somewhere before I open the lines. He out here raping people. And the defense's argument was he didn't know any better because he's suffering from affluenza. Well, if you're suffering from affluenza, if it's possible to suffer from affluenza, could it be possible to also be suffering from white supremacy, both as the oppressor and those who are oppressed? These white people like Brett Favre are suffering from white supremacy. They don't know any better. It's hard to believe Derek Chauvin intentionally killed George Floyd. Yes, from a diseased mind, that makes perfect sense. No need to get mad at Brett Favre. He was born in America and conditioned like most white folk. We're going to get to black conditioning and black parenting in a second. We're not going to be here long, I promise you. Because you're dealing with levels of conditioning. Brett Favre's conditioned a certain way. Racism is a sickness, right? We know that. Brett Favre is conditioned a certain way. This is why you have people coming at LeBron James. LeBron James explains why he deleted his tweet on the police shooting of Ma'Khia Bryant. You delete the tweet because the corporation you work for has one foot in social justice and the other foot in corporate sponsorship. Can't really fuck off your bread. You can't really be considered a pariah in the name of justice. You can do a little bit, but not too much. Part of the conditioning. Hey, you want an opportunity in the entertainment industry? Don't you got, what's the movie he got? Space Jam. Don't you got Space Jam about to come out? Huh? Well, shut everything you trying to do, because people forget, sports is entertainment. Entertainment is often used to push narratives that the government want to come to fruition, that the government wants the masses to take hold of. They often push narratives. I told you guys, when the NFL said, oh shit, we was wrong about Colin Kaepernick, they didn't say it because they genuinely felt that way. They said it because the mood of the entire nation shifted. No, we don't really give a fuck about niggas, but in order to protect our bottom line, see, when you start a corporation, one of the corporate bylaws is to protect the bottom line of the corporation at all costs. Hey man, put in racism in the goddamn end zone, please, so motherfuckers can shut the fuck up. Now, a year prior to that, owner of the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, said, any nigga on my plantation, this Big Daddy, any nigger on my plantation, bend that goddamn knee in solidarity, right, with Colin Kaepernick, you out of here. The president at the time, Donald Trump, was pushing that rhetoric. Hey man, when you handcuff them, stuff their head in the car. Pushing that rhetoric. These sons of bitches want to disrespect America and the flag. Remember all that? All that shit went to hell away when the dollar said, hey, we're going to fuck up our money. The entire country fed the fuck up with racism. Okay, end racism in the end zone. What NBA do? Hey, put some slogans and shit on your jersey. See, what is that? I told you all to go out and get the fucking Art of War book. I told you to go out and get Robert Greene's book. Hell, go out and get 50's book, The 50th Law. Go get these books. Why? Because this is how you manipulate the masses, right? These books teach manipulation, social manipulation. What is the first law? 48 Laws of Power. The first law is never look smarter than your boss. Because damn what you know, you're not in position to show it. Damn what you know. And if you know more than your boss, you better not let him know. Why? Because his dick is small. His spiritual dick is little. That spirit dick is small. And because the spirit dick so little, he's insecure around those who have abilities and talents that he lacks. You heard me say it on the last show, intelligence intimidates, right? Rule number 1, 48 Laws of Power. Never look smarter than your boss, because he gonna feel some kind of way. How many motherfuckers work for a motherfucker? And you the glue to everything that he does. All of his successes comes from you, but he don't give you the credit due. He don't let everybody else know that you the Elmer's to his success. You're the Elmer's glue. You're the gorilla glue to his success. He ain't gonna say shit about shit to nobody. He gonna make it look like he did what you suggested. How many people you know like that in the corporate setting? What picture are you painting, Zo? There's some conditioning here that black people refuse to see. How are you going to free yourself from a certain type of condition if you don't see it functioning in your own life? Of course, LeBron James had to take that shit down. Too much heat. Too much heat. Take it down. I said what I said. I still stand on it, but take that shit down. I'm gonna keep going. Pull it up. Florida couple planned a whole wedding. You think it's unrelated, don't you? This Florida couple did the Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley trick. Beverly Hills Cop 2, I think it was. We finna plan a whole wedding at a mansion that we think is vacant, and then the cops were called and showed up right when the guest was coming. That's what Axel Foley did in motherfucking Beverly Hills Cops. How's this related? Wealth gap. You trying to get married, but you broke. I keep coming to you. I say, who writes what success is in life? So many people say, I just want to be married. I want to be married. Where are your funds? Did you know that this motherfucking professor of relationships, a relationship scientist, right up the street at UCLA, his name is Benjamin Carney. Go get his textbook. It's called Intimate Relationships. I went to the fucking campus of UCLA and went into their library and purchased it. It's like it's now $120. Did you know marriages last longer when you have money? Marriages are shorter when you don't. Yeah, let's plan this motherfucking wedding at this mansion that don't belong to us. Let's invite everybody to this vacant that we think is vacant. Niggas is out here Beverly Hills Cop marrying because of the wealth gap. We're gonna restrict the resources in particular neighborhoods. How many of you niggas live in the hood and try to apply for some kind of credit, and as soon as you put that goddamn zip code in, they go, I'm sorry, unfortunately, at this time. You think economic redlining ain't still happening? You saw in the documentary 83 million homes, white homes. $100 trillion in wealth. You saw that, right? Of the $100 trillion in wealth, they got 20 trillion liquid bank accounts, $20 trillion in bank accounts. 20 million black homes. Of the 20 million black homes, 6 trillion in wealth. Of the 6 trillion, not even a trillion, liquid. 350 billion liquid. All this fantasy shit, all this Disney shit, you can talk about it all day in motherfucking America. We're going to build something. We're going to do something together. Oh, I hate hearing people talk about. Listen, you talk about the ground so you can build up. If you're trying to build, you need to make sure that the ground is stable underneath you. Knowing the topography. Would you build a fucking mansion in a swamp? Would you? Let's figure out the topography. Let's figure out the land. And if we do build it in the swamp, let's find the part of the swamp that has the most stable ground in order to build a true foundation for it. Most niggas don't even want to hear the stats. They don't want to hear the information. Oh, you trying to kill my... No, I'm trying to inform you of what you need to know before you proceed forward. How many times have you proceeded forward on some shit without knowing the necessary information and the shit fell apart? Outlining some conditioning. This show is outlining some conditioning. We're going to get to the topic. How do we train our daughters to deal with police? We're going to get there. So we covered the wealth gap, right? We covered sports. You got to know who the fuck you can criticize. Can't criticize everybody if you're fucking interwoven in the mass hypnosis game called entertainment. Now, you can't nudge niggas and wake niggas up with the entertainment Sominex, entertainment Ambien. You finna use the sleeping pill to wake niggas up? Yes. Well, guess what? We'll take your platform. I'm just showing some ways that this conditioning is all around us. One thing about conditioning, in the book called Quantum Psychology by Robert Anton Wilson, he talked about social conditioning being like software on a computer. That social conditioning is also what psychologists call soft conditioning, meaning it's not hardwired into your being. You can take that social conditioning out. You can delete it. You can recontextualize it. You understand what I'm saying? You can change the social conditioning. Most of us got that conditioning operating in the background like a minimized browser on a computer. You got 9 browsers open and they all draining from your CPU, your random access memory, your RAM. That social programming. How does it come in? Let me show you how the wealth gap programming comes in. Hey, nigga, I'm proud of you, boy. You graduated. The whole family proud of you, man. You did your thing. You graduated, my dude. You out of school now. Well, here go the options you got, my nigga. You got 3 of them. Either you going to school, you're going to get a job, or you got to take your ass to the military. because you're going to get the fuck out my pocket. That's poverty parenting. You got to be doing something so you can get the fuck up out of here and get your own. And then we label that as masculinity. A real man gonna get out and get his own. Wait a minute. 20 million homes, 6 trillion in collective wealth, and only 350 billion liquid. Okay, let's keep going. Only 350 billion is liquid. You only need 350,000 to be in the top 1% of Black America. You only need 350,000 to be in the top. Okay, that's poverty. Then the flip side, let's go vote for Biden. He'll help. Biden's a trust fund baby. Went to an exclusive Jesuit school. The president before him, Donald Trump, a trust fund. You got trust fund babies telling niggas who they built their wealth on, the backs on us, to pull your ass up by the bootstraps or you not a man, and they ain't did no bootstrapping in their lives. They come from wealth that was generated by black folk. And they sitting here looking smug at you and saying, you ain't a man because you not bootstrapping. Oh, I'm just pointing out, even Obama said the same thing. But Obama said the same thing. Why? Because he's them. You understand? UCLA, right up the street. 8 miles up the street. 3% African American population. Because after they canceled affirmative action, they got the niggas up out of there. Oh, don't think regentrification is just for real estate. Regentrification is for education as well. Guess what? I know you niggas, a lot of you niggas ain't doing well. We know only 16% of the African American population got degrees. We know that. That's why we tried to railroad LeBron James's agent. You can't talk to these kids unless you have a degree. They knew what they was doing, and that's why the goddamn whole league came out in defense of Rich Paul. Fuck is you doing? You did some calculated shit because LeBron James and another brother pulled together and started taking over a particular industry. I know what we can do. Make it mandatory that he has a motherfucking degree. If he ain't got a degree, he don't have access to the kids. If he don't have access to the kids, we choke his business out. They know only 16% of the population of African American males got a BA, bachelor's degree. Okay, make that mandatory. Educational redlining. I'm pointing out conditioning, y'all. I'm pointing out conditioning. Cool. So, wealth gap, educational redlining. Once affirmative action was taken away, the UC schools, not just UCLA, but the UC schools, all of them, 3% African American population. Half of that population are athletes. And the academic requirements, although still high, we know we're going to make the academic requirements high. Why? Because they're going to be based on our standardized testing. And we already know that the standardized testing has racial bias in it under the concept called stereotype threat. That's why most Latinas, most Mexicans or black people, most brown folk don't do well with the standardized testing. They know that. Stereotype threat. Okay, cool. 1.5% are athletes. We're going to lower the academic requirements, but you still got to get a 3.0 in order to be an athlete at these universities. So if you're going to join our army of sports entertainers, you still have to have a 3.0. Right? That's Cal Berkeley, UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC Santa Barbara. That's all the UCs. Okay. A lot of shit just in play to fuck you over, right? Make your road harder, right? In a democratic state. Wow. I guess democracy don't mean shit. Okay, cool. All righty. Moving the fuck along. Then we have the next image. Remember this white boy with the gun? We got the next image. Remember Whitey Locks? Put that picture up of Whitey Locks. Hey, Whitey. I just finished killing some people at this rally and walked right the fuck by the police. Let that sink in for a second. What are you doing with that gun? All right, fuck him. Remember, what's his name, Dylan Roof? Hey, people praying to a westernized remix version of Christianity. I know you niggas created Christianity, but you're praying to our version of Christianity, so I guess there's no protection for you. So I'm gonna come in this bitch and kill all of you while you're praying. The police will come. They will apprehend. Let me get over here and get some tea. You just apprehended a 9-time murderer? A mass murderer. Okay. Would your deranged, murderous ass like something to eat? Sure, I'll have some Burger King. This adds to the thinking of Hall of Fame NFL quarterback Brett Favre. This adds to his thinking. If a white man can walk past police after murdering motherfuckers at a rally, if another weirdo can murder parishioners in a church and then be taken to lunch. Huh? With a chili bowl cut. I'm pointing out programming in our community. Right? I'm pointing out programming. Societal programming, conditioning. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Listen, if this information isn't valuable to you, just leave. Just leave. If this information isn't valuable to you, leave. Leave, leave, leave. We have no more time for fence riders. Somebody said something about me that I needed to address. And it might be a little bit off the topic, but I believe I can make it fit. Somebody was saying, Zo played defense against different people on his team. Like if this brother got a beef with that brother, regardless of the brothers who have the beef, and they say Zo wouldn't choose a side. Nigga, do you choose a family member? See, when you're wearing the same team, there is no black or same jersey, there is no black or white. If we all on the same team, how do you have allegiance to one sibling over another? I don't think that way. If we have concluded that we're all on the same team, we are wearing the same jersey, I'm not going to be like, air that nigga out. That's just me. Say I'm flawed. Say I'm naive. I could be all of those things. And I'm talking about individual crews. Or I could be also talking about public figures, right, that try to say or promote unity and solidarity, and then I find myself in the middle, and it's like, well, choose a side. No, I'm not going to choose a side. Why? Why would the point guard choose the power forward over the center? That's how teams lose. I'm talking about individual crews as a team wearing the same jersey, fighting for the same goal and cause. Now, if we got to trade a team member, let's trade a team member. But we don't have to trade the team member in the same way and using the same behaviors that professional sports do it publicly. I found out I was traded on ESPN. We ain't got to do that. Want to trade a dude or want to end a dude's contract or somebody's contract that's on your team? Do it silently. Do it privately. Why? Because we live in a sick society that is predicated on reasonable doubt. And you know why reasonable doubt matters to a commoner? An intellectual commoner cannot think in gray. They can only think in black and white. So if the powers that be can set it up for the people that would follow you to not follow you based on an assumption, this is why ad hominem attacks are so effective. Let me attack his person, not the facts. Let me attack his character. Let me cast doubt on who he is as a person, and then the people won't follow or support or ride with. Do you understand? This is some of the programming we got going on. This is some of the programming that's happening in our community. This is some of the programming that keeps us disaggregate, broken apart, non-cooperative with one another, non-respectful of one another. Listen, you can respect me without agreeing with me. I don't need your agreement, but you can respect my POV even if you don't like it. That's fine. It's a lot of white people out there who don't like each other. Brett Favre, Hall of Fame NFL quarterback, made it simple. For white people with my mindset, he didn't do nothing wrong. He was subduing a nigga that was probably sick. That's why he died. He was sick. He wasn't in good health. Right. How about that? I'm sorry, y'all. I had to text somebody real quick. Numbers. Now I had to frame it up for y'all. Now let's get to the shooting of the sister. Shit. Today's topic, we got to train our sisters on how to deal with police just like we got to train our sons. Oftentimes, the emphasis is put on our boys because our boys, and listen, this has been obfuscated by, muddled up by feminism and womanism and all these isms out here and Miss Independent and all this shit. It's been muddled. But the reality of it is, black men are still public enemy number one. The research shows we make up over 50% of all the incarcerated in America. Nobody gets arrested more than black people. You see how many times Philando Castile got pulled over? Okay, cool. Nobody gets arrested more than black people. Okay, cool. Black men. Nobody goes to jail more than black men. So what happens is this conditioning starts to emerge. When you do your research, and nobody wants to talk about this, but when you do your research, you'll find that the most violent gender in interpersonal relationships are women. Richard Pryor made it famous. I am reaching into, right? Richard Pryor's joke made it famous, right? Nigga, my hands are, Steve Harvey talks about this, my hands are here. Can I please reach into the glove compartment and get my license and registration? And you gotta move slow, nigga. Don't you make no quick move to that goddamn glove compartment, because that's your ass. What's that got to do with women being the most violent in relationships? I'm talking about some programming here. Black men are over 200. Over 200? How many hundreds of thousands of black men are incarcerated right now? Prison to pipeline to prison. Wait a minute. It's 2 million inmates in America. Black men make up over 50% or nearly 50% of the 2 million inmates. America is only 5% of the world's population, but makes up 25% of its incarcerated. Nearly half of those is black men. It's only 16,000 black women in prison right now. I'm telling you, that's birthed from a mentality that comes out of relationships. Women are conditioned to be okay, to hit a man, to be violent with a man. According to the CTS, the Conflicts Tactics Survey. A lot of clinicians don't like to use the Conflict Tactics Survey. Why? Because it doesn't have a metric that fucking accounts for force. Meaning, when a man hits a woman, he hurts a woman. He breaks a woman. So, because force isn't accounted for there, they say it's an imbalanced reading because it only deals with frequency of violence. Who is the most frequent violent perpetuating gender in relationship according to the CDC? According to Benjamin Carney at UCLA. When we talk about domestic violence, okay? There are levels of domestic violence, okay? You got IPV, you got CCV, and then you have IT. IT is famous because of Orenthal, OJ. That's considered Intimate terrorism, IT. What does this got to do with this girl getting killed by the police? We getting there, and then I'm opening the phone lines. CCV, common couple violence. The first C stands for common. Why? Because violence in relationship is common. And oftentimes, many relationships survive violence of the CCV and IPV variety. IPV, intimate partner violence. CCV, common couple violence. What does that mean? Oh, we can still be together. We just got to go to therapy. He lost his job, and by losing his job, he also lost his cool because I was asking for a Peloton. Intimate terrorism is you can't call your mama, your cousin, your brother, you can't have no money, you can't go nowhere, you can't have no friends, you can't have no cell phone, because if you have any of those things, I swear to God, I'm going to kill you. It's called the circle of violence. That's intimate terrorism. You can't do shit. Who you on the phone with? Put the motherfucker on speakerphone. Who are you? Jake from State Farm? Oh, okay. Who the fuck is Jake? That's intimate terrorism. What's this got to do with what's going on here? I'm telling you, this woman who died senselessly, and this fucking police officer is not off the goddamn hook. Stop killing motherfuckers. Oh, wait a minute, before I even get to the crux of it. Police are also conditioned. They're conditioned to kill black people, male or female. They're conditioned to do it. Somebody sent me a video on Instagram. I watched it. It was like a minute long. He said, don't feel bad. Sometimes you gotta kill and you gotta be all right. This is a police officer training them. You gotta kill. It's okay to kill. And you gotta learn to feel all right with killing a quote unquote dangerous person. You got to be okay. Here he is right here. This shit's only a minute and 12 seconds. Listen to this shit. If I can get it to play. Hold on. Y'all gotta hear this. Sorry. Let's get it right. Son of a bitch, play now. Oh, now you don't want to play. Oh, these motherfuckers, they got me, huh? They said, fuck you. Fuck you. No, fuck you. Here you go. Oh, so you don't want to play, really? Oh, no, bitch, you gonna play. Watch me get you. It's really not playing. This motherfucker, his name is Dave Grossman. Police training seminar. Dave Grossman. Look it up. He is basically saying you can't be afraid to kill motherfuckers. Quote unquote dangerous people. Who is considered the most dangerous people in American society? It took them until 2 years ago to acknowledge that white people are the most dangerous and terroristic-minded motherfuckers in our society. But they had already known that, and then a couple years before that, they put out BIE, Black Identity Extremists. Okay. So I laid down the foundation of all this conditioning. This sister called the police. She called them, and she came out with a knife, knowing how police are conditioned, knowing how police view black people. And she tried to stab somebody or stab somebody, and said, there's another video that came out said, I'm gonna stab this bitch. See, you gotta know when your dysfunction is out of fucking control. And everybody wanna check black men, but we gotta check our sisters too. There is a way to fucking interface with the police. You can't treat the police like shit. You can't treat the police like they your baby daddy. Like you'll stab your baby daddy. Clearly this woman would have. And I'm not blaming the victim. I'm saying we gotta be able to wrap our arms around our sisters too and say, girl, you in danger too. I don't give a fuck. No training. Look at the climate. We are on the precipice of a powder keg called a race riot. You call the police, they're there to break that shit up. And you can't give them not a crumb off the bread of white supremacy. If you give them a crumb, they're gonna have that. That's justification to kill you, sister. That's born out of relationships. I just showed you the CTE. Look it up. Conflict Tactics Survey. Women are more violent. You're not going to jail at the same rate as black men, so you must have it in your mind that you can get away with that's attempted murder. Then after the girl hits the ground, some dude comes along and kicks them.
Wait, the girl that they just got killed?
No. Not, she got killed by the cops. I'm talking about there was a dude in this too. I know she's not a grown woman. Somebody said she's not a grown woman. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I want to hear your opinion. I'm not here to speak from a place of absolute correctness or rightness. I'm just saying, look at this shit here. We got to be able to pull our sisters in. She is an example of what she modeled. Whatever the fuck she modeled said that behavior is okay. Sad we lost her. She shouldn't have been killed. The police have to have another kind of way. Motherfuckers are tired of black people getting killed every motherfucking day. But at the same time, we have to develop modes of operating in this society. Back to my point about the 48 laws of power, right? Learning how to navigate in a system that is looking to take advantage of you, that is looking to kill you, that is looking to harm you. White people get second chances for bad behavior. All the more reason why I'm pointing out this distinction, why it's so fucking important that we pull our kids to the side. You 15 years old. You ready for a murder charge? You picking up this knife? That's assault with a deadly weapon. Unless your life is in danger. If that other person isn't armed, that's assault with a deadly weapon. What the fuck are you doing? Sit your ass down. Let the police escort whoever the fuck you got beef with off the grounds. Live another day. Phone lines, let's get them. Y'all want to call in? Y'all want to share your thoughts? I'm not 100% right. I'm not here to feign rightness. I'm not here to say I got my finger all the way on the pulse. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Please, maybe you guys can elevate my thought process. Maybe you guys can bring clarity and perspective and understanding to me. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. If you enjoy this content, support all the black-owned businesses I put in front of you. Support all the black-owned businesses I put in front of you. If you enjoy this content, please purchase The Shrouded Lighthouse. Pre-order your copy right now. Go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, phone number on the West Coast, area code 669 408-900-6833. Phone number on the East Coast, 408-638-0968. Let's go. Who's on the line? Put him on. Can we get him? 1212. That's my guy. That's Dominique. Do we have to turn on the speakers? What do we have to do?
Can you say something?
You see him, right? Good. Hey, what up? What up, sir?
First of all, fuck Brett Favre.
Fuck Brett Favre. Fuck him.
That's number one. That's number one. Number two, why are we still here, Zoe?
Keep going, brother. You got the floor. Go ahead.
I just got questions. Like, I'm not gonna get too crazy with it, but if you think about it, if this was a sci-fi film, this would be an invasion of the planet. And why? So it would be like an invasion. Like these folk for the past 500 years have been invading planet Earth. Now they might be from Earth, they might not be. Either way, the planet's been invaded by a horrible force. Why are we just sitting back in the movie? We just in the movie. What's your role? What's your line in this movie, in the sci-fi movie? Where are our lines? You know what I mean?
I don't know, Dom. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on one second. We're turning his volume up right now because he's saying some hella shit right now, and I want you guys to hear it. Right? Hold on one second, Dom. We trying to get this volume right for you because you dropping some hot fire, and like I said, I want to stay out your way. I want you to really address your questions to the masses so that they can hear what you're saying and process it, right? All right, what's up? Can we turn him up now? Because I want people to be able to hear. Because we may bring this phone call situation to the ZoWhat Morning Show. Let's see. Yeah, man. So, Dom, just say testing once or twice.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear him.
Brett Favre ain't shit. 1, 2. Brett Favre ain't shit.
Hold on, let's see. Let's just make sure we got this because I want to make sure people can hear.
Two, check.
Come on. Check. You're an artist, brother. Let's hear your testing voice.
Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2.
Oh, they say yeah. They said they can hear. All right, go ahead, Dom. Speak on it.
So no, I mean, listen, man. At the end of the day, I've been around the sun 51 times. I'm sick of seeing the same goddamn movie. At a certain point, I'm realizing, like, what the fuck is this? Wait a minute. What am I a part of? Like, the same movie's been running all of my life? Nah, hold up.
Right.
Let's have a hold up right now. Where are we? What are we? And why are we playing a certain position in this fucked up sci-fi film? Like, why are we playing the worst position? When we're favored by the sun, we're favored by the galaxy in which we live. Why are we playing the lowest totem pole in this crazy film? I'm done with that, man.
We can only be favored if we commit to personal development.
Uh-oh. Come on.
See, you can't have a community with broken, sick individuals.
True indeed.
So personal development leads to a communal development making sense. See, it's hard for a communal development to make sense if all of the individuals or the majority of the individuals in that community are broken and sick themselves. Sick from parroting the broke community, let me mimic the broke community. Maybe if I mimic my oppressor,
That part.
do you see what I'm saying? So when that sickness is pulled out, now you're going to vibrate at a higher conscious level. See, it's easy to say we're favored and we're the people of the sun and the universe. But guess what? If you ain't doing no universal work internally, how you going to make a bond and a commitment to the community with other motherfuckers who are wearing the mask of self-completion?
That's solid. That's completely solid. It's just that, you know, and look, I just look up and I'm saying year after year, decade after decade. I don't look, you say 5 times 10. I'm 5 times 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
10 5 times.
Right.
I've seen this shit too much. And my parents seen it. And my grandmother saw it. So at a certain point, I'm just saying to myself, when do we say that we're in a war? And either we're going to fight this war straight up, asymmetrically, in any other way we can, or we need to get the fuck out of here, off of the battlefield. But we gotta do one or the other. We gotta shit or get off the pot. Black, whatever you call yourself, black folk, melanated folk, FBA, ADOS, we are family. Just like you said, Joe. Look, Kobe and Shaq didn't get along for a minute, but was still winning championships. Like, they didn't fuck with each other for at least the last 2 championships, but they won championships. It's time for folk with melanation to win some goddamn championships, yo. And you know, look, I'm sitting back listening to you, man. I appreciate you letting me on for a sec. You know what I mean? But like,
hey, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Hey.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, y'all want to call in? Y'all want to call in? I want to hear what you got to say. I'm going to get the fuck out your way. But I had to lay the foundation so y'all can see the conditioning is rife. Who's on? Who we got? Join in. Let's go. What's your name and where you calling from? What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
How you doing, brother? This is Jay from Jersey.
What up, Jersey in the house? Talk to me. What are your thoughts?
Okay, check this out, brother. Let me get off this beat. All right, we need a little history lesson. See, and you give a lot of great history, but people don't understand warfare. They don't understand that, okay, the British had the most powerful navy in the world. Why? Because they didn't have enough land mass to give up land in a battle. So they had to fight all of their enemies at sea. Okay? They had to win that battle at sea. There was no air power. So they had to win that battle at sea. Black people in America, we don't have any land mass to retreat to. We can't give up land because we don't have any. You got one guy, Ted Turner, got 2 million acres of land. He got more land than all the niggas in America.
Ted Turner.
One dude.
And he pushed,
He got his whole map.
And Ted Turner is pushing population control. Keep going.
Absolutely. So Ted Turner's pushing population control on people that don't have no land mass to retreat to. So there's this brother from Detroit that I used to watch when I was into the conscious community real heavy, brother named Sabra Seti.
Yes.
And Brother Seti said it the best, because he was a student of Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben.
Yes.
Said that we got 2 diseases, crackatosis and kundaria.
Keep going. Go deeper.
Kundaria is what LeBron James is suffering from. He'll run his mouth until the white folks say shut up. And then he start cooning again. Let me bounce this ball, let me get this bag, let me look like the perfect capitulating Negro. Great big tall, 7 foot tall, monster built coon.
Damn.
He did this before. He put on the hoodie, he put on the t-shirt. He want to assimilate back to black society, but he don't want to give up the riches. And then you got the other side of that, which is crackatosis. Now, a lot of our sisters suffer from crackatosis. They suffer from the idea that they have assimilated into white society where they can call the police and ain't nothing gonna happen to them because they are crackers by proxy.
They're white supremacists.
Exactly. They're white supremacists light.
And black.
They're white supremacists bedfellows. They're white supremacist bed warmers.
White supremacists and blackface, yo.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. White supremacists and but the thing is that white supremacy has set them into position to be able to do that. They can call up DIFUS or DCFS on you and get your rights taken from you as a father. They can call the police on you if you're getting loud, get you arrested. You late on your child support, they can go down there and put that case back on you, make you lose your license, your job, blah, 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 blah. So they got some pseudo power, which is why they have crackatosis.
Wow. Wow.
So the biggest problem that we have is we live in an anti-intellectual society. So you can't have intellectual conversations with these women. You can't sit down and explain to them that we behind enemy line. I was in the United States Marine Corps. I talked to Jeff Brown a couple times. That's my brother.
Jeff Brown.
The first thing they teach you in the Marine Corps is to understand the terrain upon which you are currently deployed.
Woo, I said that earlier.
You cannot show up with woodland camo in a goddamn desert. You're gonna stick out like a rat turd in a bowl of rice.
Wow. 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 Hey, man, thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You got it, brother.
Shit.
I gotta get on that Shroud of Lighthouse, brother. I got the other book, so I gotta get that Shroud of Lighthouse.
Yeah, man, we only got one pre-order today, man. That's just a goddamn shame.
All right, I'm gonna straighten it out. I'm gonna make it happen, bro.
All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, Tiffany.
Love you, brother.
Good looking, man. Tiffany Real just dropped a super chat, man. This content is too goddamn fire for y'all to be sitting there looking goofy. Support the business, man. Support the brand. Support what we're trying to do. Do we have callers? Listen, if you're calling from the East Coast, your East Coast line is 408-638-0968. But if you're calling from the West Side, whoop, whoop, you already know what it is. 669-900-6833. Call us right now. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know how you feel. Who's on the line? Caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Tell us who you are and where you calling from. When you call in, tell us who you are and where you calling from. Please keep it brief. Caller. All right, who else we got? Let's keep it pushing.
669-900-6833. Call us right now.
Hey, you gotta mute. You gotta mute your video. Mute your video, sir, if you're gonna call in.
What's your name and where you calling from? Tell us who you are and where you calling from. When you call in, tell us who you are and where you calling from.
Hey, sir, move to the next. Move to the next.
Yo, people, learn how to come on the radio. What's going on?
Mute your video. Mute your video.
Hey.
Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay, good. Yeah. So this is Corey. I'm calling from Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right. Talk to us.
Just add on to what you said earlier about the young lady who got killed up there in what was it?
Ohio.
Columbus. Yeah. Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, you have to have, I guess the word, you have to have tact when you're dealing with the cops. can't just roll up on them, or if you call them for whatever reason, you have to just, you know, have a plan to, you know, relay what you need from them versus just, you know, acting off of, you know, like, you know, off of your emotions or whatever. So, and, you know, unfortunately, kind of what you mentioned, that's what actually got that young lady killed. So like you said, she came out of the house, you call the cops, come out of the house with a knife, and, you know, trying to cause harm, and you can say, hey, I'm going to stab this person or whatever. You know, I mean, you are giving the cop a straight beeline to kill you, you know, and it's just, it's a shame. I mean, I see it all the time. I mean, this ain't the first case that's, you know, happened where, you know, I think we as black folks just don't know how to react when we have a interaction with the police. So I just want to, you know, add.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you for calling. Let's get to the phone lines. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all want to speak on it? Now's the time to speak on it. I want to hear what you got to say. Listen. Hey, just whoever that is, mute him. You have to mute him from over there, Sarah. Whoever that is, you just got to mute him. Somebody is reporting that legendary rapper from the Bay Area, Shock G, from Digital Underground, just passed.
Yeah, I just read that. To his family, shout out to Digital Underground.
Yeah, and if it's true, because I don't know, I can't report something that I don't know if it's true. But if it's true, all right, if it's true, man, rest in peace to his family, peace to his family's heart. Man, this, you know, the last 2 years been crazy. 2020 and 2021 has been absolutely bonkers on the death side of the game. Once Kobe happened, everything just went downhill, man. Hey.
He's had 3 back-to-back black deaths with artists. How they say coming threes?
Wow.
Yeah, DMX, Shock G, and Black Rob.
DMX, Shock G, and Black Rob, and DMX would be the third of the 3.
They were on their 50s, and he was
Damn.
Shock G was 57.
DMX is first, then it was Black Rob, then it was Shock G.
That's crazy, man. That's shit. I'm sorry to hear that. Rest in peace to the brother. He brought us great entertainment and joy with his music. Do the Humpty Hump. He was 57. May his soul rest in peace, as they say in the chat room. Yes, I'm ready. Let's get to the phone lines. The Zoom lines are open. If you want to call in and chime in on what's happening. Here, let me just say this real quick before I get to my next caller. Our sons have been conditioned to fear the police. And I'm not an advocate of using fear as a motive. Hold on 1 second, bruh. Hold on 1 second. I'm not an advocate of using fear as a motivational tactic, right? This is why you see a lot of mamas doing that when they raising, single mamas doing that when they raising their kids. They be like, no, you're not playing football because they're going to fuck your brain up. We're going to put you in baseball. You know? So again, there's a certain level of fear, right? And I'm not one to use fear, right? And I'm not saying sisters who do that are bad parents. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, damn, brothers have been conditioned to fear the police. And now I'm asking the question, should we teach our daughters to also be fearful? Or should we start retraining them to understand that turning up on law enforcement is not the same as turning up on your boyfriend?
Should we be teaching them to turn down?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, listen to what I'm saying here. I'm saying that whole turn up shit is born out of our relationships. We turn up on each other all the fucking time.
True.
And I'm saying maybe this sister took what she does in relationships. This is why I covered the domestic violence stats. The most violent gender in domestic violence, and we're talking about frequency of occurrence. The CTS breaks it down and says slapping, kicking, pushing, throwing things, spitting. Women do this more than anybody. So throw my mama's china at me and see what happens. Spit on me. Do you see what I'm saying? So you slapping niggas now? That's what we doing? I'm saying this is a normal occurrence across race. The female gender is the most violent, the numbers are there. So maybe she took a more dysfunctional level of that outside to the cop. I'm finna go outside and pull out a knife in front of the cop I called.
In front of the cop, you call.
With the intent to stab. Okay. And listen, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm saying, okay, she's a product of society. All right? I'm not saying she should have died. Fuck, a life is a life. Her life is valuable. I'm saying, what can we do to change the conditioning? Caller, you're on the line. Bring him back. Unmute him. Caller, you're on the line. Caller, you're on the line. Come on, caller. We can't wait on you now.
Caller, you're on the line.
You gotta turn your video down.
Oh, we can't wait on you now.
Go to the next caller. Go to the next caller. Can't wait. He not ready. Gotta be ready. Caller, you're on the line. Who do we have?
Oh, greetings, fellow, greetings.
What up, caller? Speak on it. What are your thoughts?
Everything you said, my brother, is correct. As far as the predictive programming, social engineering, the relationship to poverty and violence, it appears to me that that young sister had a amygdala override.
Yeah. Frontal lobe hijack. Go ahead. Talk about that.
Absolutely. And, man, we got to do better. I know we always say that, but folks got to be open to it. They got to be open to it. You know, it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating for you and your staff at your show, the lack of participation. And by the way, I have all your books in my pre-order in. Looking forward to that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Listen, somehow we got to be more charismatic than these preachers and politicians, because it seems like they're the only ones our people believe.
Ooh. Keep going. You got the floor.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, we get killed from the pulpit, from the polls.
To the IRS.
Oh man, that's Jackie, straight Jackie.
Right.
I don't know. Your show is much needed, and I don't understand how the hell your show ain't bigger than Steve Harvey's.
Oh, that's on purpose. That's on purpose, Jason. Come on, you know what we look at, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
They maxing Zoe out at like 75,000, 70,000. That's on purpose, my niggas.
Yeah. I remember a real quick story, and I'm gonna get on out the way. I remember talking to you, I think back in 2009 when you were on Sirius Satellite Radio. Mm-hmm. We had a good conversation about the Moors and law enforcement and all that stuff. Last thing I'm gonna say, brother, keep doing what you're doing. I'm liking, I'm sharing, I'm putting it out to all those who will listen.
Thank you.
You have a lot to offer.
Thank you.
And I just want to say I appreciate you. Stay encouraged, because I know when you're doing the work for the people, they can let you down in so many ways, and you just want to say, fuck it. But even if you only got a few, you're reaching us, bro.
Thank you.
I appreciate your knowledge, and guess what? I'm gonna keep you around for that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, brother.
Peace and love.
All right, brother. Thank you. Yeah. What are your thoughts? What's happening? What are your thoughts? I want to hear from y'all. This is your platform tonight. Enough for me. What do you think? Talk to me. Callers. You waiting. You should have them ready.
No, I'm waiting for. Some people fell off because I guess they're waiting too long, and so.
It's Zoom. What you mean waiting too long?
No. I don't put them all in the room because then they all start talking.
Put these niggas in the room and let them talk and choose from those people now. In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's Cookies and Cream. Come on.
But tell them also you don't have to be on the East or the West Coast to use those numbers.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to be on the East or West Coast to use those numbers. We just gave two sets of numbers. Shit. God damn. Hey, can y'all support The Shrouded Lighthouse? I need you guys to support that book, The Shrouded Lighthouse. Go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. Pre-order your copy right now. I promise you it's going to be well worth the wait. To me, in my estimation, and maybe I'm not the person to judge it, but in my estimation, this is the most significant book I've ever read, or written, excuse me, not read, but written. I believe this is my best work, my magnum opus. And so I need you guys to do that for me. Go there right now, theshroudedlighthouse.com. Let's get it done. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, Lord, you still waiting for the caller? Are they in the room? Where? Oh, so we don't have any callers. All right, do I need to give out the number again? My friends who are in the chat room, if you know the numbers to give out, if you know the meeting ID, please give it out. Please give it out, because I want to hear from the people today. There's a lot of people in the chat room right now. I want to hear from y'all. Also, can you guys support Sarah? Please support Sarah. The girl be in here on the fly. She didn't know how to do this phone shit at all today, and we just did this shit on the fly. Look at Sarah, got her little gams out. Hey, Gam. Yeah, man, y'all support Sarah, man. Hit her Cash App. What is it? $? Sundays with Sarah. Now, Sarah spelled. What is it? All right, so let me go back until we get a caller. Let me just go back and say some things here. We've got to find a way to educate our sisters. Not necessarily to be fearful of cops. Shit, man, it's hard not to justify fear when these motherfuckers is looking for you to poot wrong. But the reality of it is, just to be honest, the reality of it is, sisters are not treated with the same. Yes, there's Sandra Bland. Yes, there's Breonna Taylor. Yes, there's that, what's that other sister? What was her name? Courtney? I said Sandra Bland, I said Breonna Taylor. The other sister who had the baby and they ran up into her house. Right? But what I'm saying is, whatever dysfunction you got in your household, right? You come from a rowdy family. You come from, and I'm not saying, listen, I'm not blaming a family for their conditioning. I'm saying it's your responsibility to recognize what's wrong with you via the relationships you have. Once you find out what's wrong with you, you start working on you. You start changing what you're about. Nigga, if the culture of your community is ratchet, please understand, ratchetness in American culture is considered exclusively Negroid. They gonna try to kill niggas, but trust me when I tell you. You trying to tell me police officers don't police via stereotypes? Well, his pants are sagging. He got cornrows. He wearing Gucci shoes. The nigga live in one of the poorest neighborhoods, and he got a Gucci belt and Gucci shoes. Got on $18,000 worth of clothes, and the motherfucker live in the PJs. Oh yeah, they stereotyping now. Please, they're stereotyping. So when you start to understand, like, oh shit, This is what signals me out. This is like a beacon for cops who have been fucking, right, a super fly ass car, nigga, but your rent is $74 because you on Section 8 in the hood, but you got a $85,000 car. I'm just saying, you ain't got a job, but you got 8 PPP loans. See, they signaling niggas out for nigga shit. I need you to understand what the fuck is going on. And at some point, the same way, man, the same way we fearful for our sons, we got to be cautious and fearful for our daughters, man. We really got to look at our baby girls and be like, look, what the fuck happened to Maitrice, what's her name, Richardson? Just disappeared under the sheriff watch. Just disappeared. We don't know what happened to her. We got to be able to talk to our daughters too, like it ain't sweet out here. You can't be out here acting like whatever. Yeah, but sisters go to jail way less than brothers. But that don't mean sisters are impervious or invulnerable to police hurting them, killing them. You got to be aware of how you present yourself in the same way brothers have to be aware too. Motherfuckers be getting way too comfortable out in a hostile society. If your work can produce a hostile environment, what makes you think your society can't produce a hostile environment? Caller. Caller, you on the line? Wesley. Can you hear us, Wesley? Caller. You gotta unmute him. Wesley? Way too goddamn comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you right now, your occupation is don't think your occupation will protect you either. He don't know. We can't force him. Get his ass out of here. All right, well, let's move on. He got to unmute himself. If he's unmuted over here, he has to unmute himself over there. Are you muted on anything? Where the mute button? Let me ask some questions. Why do we focus on how it would escalate if it was a black woman and not how we may not care if it was a black man? Why do we focus on how it would escalate if it was a black woman and not how we may not care if it was a black man? Are we ignoring the black female victims that were attacked with a knife? See, oftentimes we have this blanket license. White police officer kills black person with a gun. That motherfucker did something wrong. And I believe that. Yes, you did do something wrong. But I don't think that victim should take precedent over the victim that the young sister was trying to stab. Or stabbed. Both of them are victims. The 15-year-old sister shouldn't have lost her life, period. The sister shouldn't have lost her life. The cops could have tased her. Something. Oh, well, you know, don't use a taser. Well, there's rules for tasing. Maybe the white lady who killed the other young brother, right? Maybe that white officer didn't know the rules, although she was charged with murder. But then not to just be like we beating up on this young girl. Did you know that brother everybody is sympathetic for who was killed by that dumbass lady who didn't know the difference between a motherfucking taser, way different, and a gun, right? Yeah, she needs to go to fucking jail. But also, we got to take responsibility for his rap sheet. Should his rap sheet means he should be killed? 26-year veteran, don't know the difference between a taser and a gun. But you say, well, they're mutually exclusive. Right. She needs to go to jail for fronting like she didn't know she had a motherfucking taser or she had a motherfucking 9mm and she let off in him. She got to go to jail for that. But, nigga, how you moving out here? How much dirt you got on you? And why you moving around like it's cool? Nigga, you should never be at Taco Tuesdays with that rap sheet. See, that's what niggas, listen. Y'all hear me talk about being addicted to stimulation, being addicted to entertainment. You motherfuckers want to be flashy flossy. Remember that one nigga who got all that PPP money and bought a motherfucking Maserati and was on Instagram? That's part of the sickness too. So, yes, we want to put it all on white folk. And the shit white folk are responsible for, bitch motherfuckers, y'all responsible for that shit. And if we were together, listen to what I'm about to say. If we were together, we could get your ass together. You know how your auntie said, I'll get that motherfucker together. And she means she gonna handle hers. I'll get that motherfucker right. We would be able to say that as a community. I'm gonna get that motherfucker right. But we're not a community. Did you see the brother's rap sheet? Did y'all look up his rap sheet? Yes, he's a victim. Yes, he shouldn't have been killed. He is no different than that brother in the military who got maced by the police officer in the face. He's no different. But remember Big Mama's words. That boy head down the wrong path. Life gonna catch up to that boy. Huh? What about that aspect of it? Yes, he's a victim. Absolutely, he's a fucking victim. Should he have been killed by the police? No. Should this young sister have been killed by the police? No. I've seen really good police officers talk motherfuckers down of a different color. Motherfucker fully, y'all remember that goddamn video of that white man shooting at the cops with a machine gun? And these motherfuckers scattering and shit, hiding behind cars, whatnot. But eventually they subdued his ass. They got him subdued. Couldn't subdue a 15-year-old with a knife? I'm not saying she deserved to be killed. What I'm saying is we got work to do on our end. That sister could have been a scientist. She could have been a philosopher. She could have been a teacher. She could have been a doctor. She could have been an engineer. We've got to change how we parent. What conditioning are we laying down? What conditioning are we putting forward? We got to change the conditioning of violence in our relationship. Yes, violence is natural in relationships. A lot of people don't know that. But I'm telling you, how you modeled relationships in your household follows you into adulthood. If you modeled trauma, if you modeled violence, you're going to bring that into your relationships. Now, you bringing that into your relationships, how you relate to your loved ones, how you relate to your intimate partners, that violence goes beyond those intimate relationships and into societal ones. You called the popo. First off, what's the rule on calling the police in hoods? Nigga, don't call the police. You call the police to do what? Watch you stab somebody? Okay, look, none of that shit is gonna work. We got to save our kids, man. We got to save our kids. We got to teach them a different way. And we got to teach women, sisters, that cutting up, that violent shit, that getting loud, escalating shit, puts you in harm's way. Now, unless you properly backed up, right, by a community, by a family, by a team, you gonna turn up on the police? No, that's learned behavior, and that's got to get fucking shut down. Somebody said the foster care system is treacherous. You ain't motherfucking lying. We got a caller? Yeah. Let's get him on. Caller, you're on the line. Caller. Caller. All right, well, fuck the calls. We at the end of the show. That's all right. We're going to try again on Monday. This was a good test run. We're going to try again on Monday. I love the fact that we tried, and it worked. It worked. Look at all my notes. I just came here writing notes and scribbling and shit, all types of notes. Let me just say, though, we're going to bring the phone element to the ZoWhat Show, too. I love this show, and I love my people, man. But goddamn, we got to get rid of this fucking sick shit we do, man. It was a good effort, Dream Out Loud. I think so. Could y'all hear the callers after we adjusted the volume? LaToya, you gonna wait until I say I'm ready to leave to say what's the meeting ID again? See, that's that black shit. God damn. Go wait all the way to the end. I want to thank all of the moderators in here, man. Thank you guys for moderating and putting the information out there so people in the chat room could participate. Please support the Shrouded Lighthouse, man. Before today, we hadn't had an order since Monday. And on Monday, we only had 6 orders. We trying to hit our mark, but I need y'all to do it, all right? I need y'all to do it. Please, 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 right? Please, please, please go to theshroudedlighthouse.com, theshroudedlighthouse.com. Support the new book. Chris M., thank you for trying to call. Accountability and responsibility is what we have to do. Fuck Brett Favre. Hashtag fuck Brett Favre. Let's all go to Brett Favre's Twitter and hashtag his ass. Fuck Brett Favre. Why not? Can we do that on Twitter, or will we all get banned? I think I might need your help, Zo. Listen, I've been doing coaching, you know. We got a few coaching sessions. I had one today. Man, I'm trying to get it done. You see, I'm trying to change the mindset. The mindset is the key to how you live. You got a fear-based mindset, you're gonna always see shit that causes you to be fearful. If you have a victor mindset, I am the victor of anything I encounter, you're gonna see a lot of wins. But if you have a fear mindset, an insecure mindset, you're gonna see a lot of L's. And this is why I'm trying to fucking create this documentary, the Shrouded Lighthouse documentary. I'm trying to create this book, the Shrouded Lighthouse book. I'm trying to create this soundtrack to go, the Shrouded Lighthouse soundtrack. Why? Because what you put in your mind, what you listen to musically. Nigga, rich sex, if you fuck that nigga and he broke, I'm telling. Wow. 50 Cent, one of my favorite artists. That's one of the most underrated niggas. That's one of my favorite artists. But again, there's a mentality out there. That mentality, what does it say? Nigga, I get the money, the hoes come for free. We've got this transactional usurper and user energy going on in our community, man, that's dominating fucking everything. We got to break up with all that shit. It is a must. We break up with all that shit. You want to raise some little geniuses, some little scientists. Man, we got to stop thinking that being articulate is being white or being educated is being white. And we got to stop thinking that white educational institutions hold the real education, right? We can educate ourselves. We can teach ourselves, but we have to be committed to the process of really understanding what learning is about. It was the great Jiddu Krishnamurti, my favorite philosopher, who said education never ends. It's an eternal process. You will never stop learning. But the moment you think you know everything, watch this, listen now. The moment you think you got it figured out, the moment you think you know everything, you tend to relax and you get fucking sloppy. It don't matter if they like it or not. What did Oprah Winfrey say about old racist white people? Oprah Winfrey said they just need to die. This generation, the people in our motherfucking generation who don't want to read, who don't want to study, who don't want to learn shit, they just gotta die. Shit gotta stop working for them. Shit gotta get bad. See, when shit get bad, that's when a nigga wanna be ingenuitive. Like, let me put some ingenuity. Let me start figuring out some shit now, cause shit done got bad. Why wait till shit gets bad before you start using your noodle? How many niggas you know, I'm gonna let this shit flow. I'm gonna let it flow until it don't flow no more. Well, when it don't flow no more, now the shit is beyond repair. Wait until the problem metastasizes. Okay, now start thinking about changing. Nah, man. We got to change that, man. We got to teach our kids something different, man. Do you know science, Western science, is an outgrowth of African spirituality? God damn, this is, okay, that's a whole nother, all right. All right, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget theshroudedlighthouse.com. Please move en masse. Go support that book if you haven't gotten it already. The book will drop last week of June. That's my deadline. That's my deadline. Last week of June. The Shrouded Lighthouse. How to discover the silver lining in any situation shift. All right? I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Please do your brother a solid. Support all the black businesses I put in front of you. Sarah got to go to work. Y'all hit Sarah's Cash App. I thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Rest in peace, Shock G, Digital Underground, Money B. Much love. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the vicinity, bring your mama. Bring everybody. We about to have a real conversation. It is a conversation that needs to be had. It is a conversation that runs deeper than religion and politics.
If we live in a society that doesn't treat us like human beings, that doesn't empathize with us as being human, how then are we to develop relationships with each other that are humane?
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause.
I believe black people in America suffer from a certain type of dysfunction in terms of relationships. Amy Clark talked about it. She called it internalized racism. That's a result of this systematic effort to change the consciousness of a people. You can't accept yourself. If you accept yourself, that means you're terrible.
Some of them are bold enough to tell you, don't be proud. You know what I'm saying?
So what does a black couple do when they're trying to put together a relationship? You said all relationships are dysfunctional. This takes dysfunction to a whole new level.
We're still wrestling with this thing of love. One of the things that we have to do in generational curses, and along with present day, we have to do a critical analysis with ourselves.
And in the beginning, it's rocky, right? Because your inner childs come out to play, and sometimes they don't play fair. But each couple is going to have to find a way, as hard as it may be, to communicate with one another.
Deprogramming yourself from what you've been taught in society is mandatory for you to have a sense of not thinking you're crazy.
It has a lot to do with the intergenerational behaviors and mannerisms that are passed down. So when you grow up in a society that sees you as less than, you've been called lazy, you're looked at as inhumane, that influences your view of self, right? And then that's passed down from generation to generation.
I think structurally that's very hard for people to deal with. When you hear about relationships with white men and white women, white men are promising wealth that their grandmama gonna give you. Look, talk about relationship. We gonna have to get honest. And I don't know how many people have been honest with themselves.
You cannot fix the problem if you're talking to your people and then they listening to somebody else about what the solution is. CNN is gonna give you a solution like, we need to, no.
We're binded into a poverty network, a poverty cause, because nobody really dealt with the systemic realities of being black. White folks have 83 million homes, but they have $100 trillion of overall wealth, with 20 of that being liquid. Black folks have 20 million homes, and we only have $6 trillion, and only $350 billion of that is liquid. That's it.
Listen, when you say that, the truth of that, it's like the Liberty Bell. Embrace the reality of what's happened and what this has done to the black community.